aliens on high-tech aircraft coming quickly towards planet Earth. People are starting to ask themselves, is there a direct correlation between UFO sightings and hot toys going on waitlist? Also, leaked government footage of UFO objects here on our planet. Some of these aircraft have been seen in Hong Kong over secret base of Hot Toys. Plus, top secret eyewitness accounts of otherworldly beings searching for artifacts here on planet Earth. The sacred people from Atlantis ascended into the sky. And you have to ask yourself, all these Hot Toys on waitlist also ascending into the sky? And finally, are we on the brink of full disclosure of exactly what is going on with these otherworldly beings and their intentions? So you do have to ask yourself, are these aliens stealing our Hot Toys? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Oh baby, see some of the figures on this banner? Do you see the Flash? Do you see that Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary Darth Vader? How crazy will it be when both of those versions hit the waitlist? It's going to spill all onto the secondary market. Kind of like everything spilled out of here, baby. There's just a couple of drops. Let's go ahead and dive into all this right now. All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at 6 Scale Cantina. Let's get right into it. We got some key pre-orders that are getting low stock warnings, some figures that have hit the wait list, and what kind of implications are we looking at within the secondary market with these figures. The Darth Vader, the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, is going to be insane, especially when you look right now at what is going on with the DX28 in the secondary market. Oh my goodness. You're going to want to stay tuned to this episode to see the data and my thoughts on that. But let's go ahead and kick this off right now with the Flash before we get into that. And look, the first Flash from the Flash movie last year, both the regular and the deluxe version, it's on waitlist. It's been on waitlist since before the new year, and quite frankly, for quite a while. And when you pull this up onto the screen right now, you could see that the deluxe version has a low stock remaining warning, I just felt like this was just announced. It seems that way. Anyway, I guess time is just flying. But when you go to the collector edition, it is absolutely waitlisted. And when you go to the deluxe version now, a low stock remaining warning. Are you kidding me? And how sought after will this figure be in the secondary market once the final production photos and the first videos come out showcasing this piece? And I can tell you what right now. Say whatever you want about the movie, say whatever you want to say about the box office bomb statistically that it was, as far as bringing in the numbers. But a lot of people did like this movie. A lot of diehard fans liked Ezra Miller's performance in this film. And at the end of the day, is it possible that this is still The Flash? And I say, yes. Kind of chalk it up, baby. To Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, whatever man, or woman, or anything. Look, baby, this thing is absolutely going to skyrocket within the secondary market for sure. Just like what you're seeing with the Green Goblin, with Doc Ock, with any of those other figures. Don't even talk about the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield versions of Spider-Man from No Way Home. This is The Flash, and I really don't think that they made too many versions of this figure for sure. And, oh look, I just got a 10% off. Celebrate your favorite icons here. Anyway, what about another figure directly related to this particular film? When you look at this, how much longer now then until Supergirl gets a low stock warning and in a flash, no pun intended, goes onto the wait list? Now, I think just about every other figure from this film has already hit the wait list. The first version of The Flash, the second version of The Flash is about to all hit wait list, as we were just speaking about. You have the Ben Affleck Batman, the Bat Cycle, and the other deluxe version. All of those are on wait list. So you have to wonder, how long until the Sasha Calle Supergirl here goes on the wait list? And honestly, I really don't think it's going to be very, very long at all. And if you're thinking about, wondering how this is going to come out, because quite frankly, this figure had a lot of controversy with the art-wise, with this head sculpt kind of blowing that up onto the screen a little bit. And, current data suggests from Hot Toys that once the final production photos come out and we see the videos, that this is going to look absolutely better than what we're seeing right here for sure. So, and especially with Hot Toys competing with other companies right now, I don't think that they're going to keep this exactly the way it is. I do think it's going to match her likeness very, very well. And we could literally be blown away on how good this Supergirl looks. And if so, if that is the case, and they don't make very many of these, how long are we going to have to wait for another version of this or any version of Supergirl? And it may be quite a long time. Goodness gracious. All right. So, there's some things in here, red alert, Follow. Let's see if I can twist my fingers the other way. Vader, baby. What's going on with the return of the Jedi, Darth Vader? And did the Dark Jedi right here actually pre-order this figure this weekend? And I say, you bet your butt I did. I absolutely did, because I'm going to flash it up onto the screen. And looky here, baby. Just as I was predicting through the trends I was seeing, that this was going to, in short order, follow the DX28 Hayden Christensen Battle Damage Vader. Sure enough, this version is now the final version. The last version is having a low stock remaining warning. Are you kidding me? Wow. And, you know, just so you could see, the collector edition is already on the wait list, and the deluxe version has a low stock remaining warning, and I absolutely did not want to take a chance and not pre-order this figure. And I know that I'm absolutely getting it, and I do have to shuffle some things around within my budget to actually get this figure. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Times are very, very, very tough. Times are tough. And while the rate of inflation is okay, you know, what is it, 3.2? You know, certainly stabilizing a little bit in some areas globally. But, you know, stabilizing doesn't mean that it retracted. You know, a lot of the things, prices you're paying for groceries, that you're paying for gas, that you're paying for milk, that you're paying for eggs, baby. Your dozen eggs. They're not going backwards. They're not going back to where they were. And I'm telling you, I pre-ordered this, but as many of you know, I don't try to keep up with the Joneses on this stuff. I don't try to be impressive with my channel to show that I know this or I know that or I have this or I have that. Let me tell you something, baby. I've been collecting for decades. And quite honestly, with pieces that were way more expensive than what you're dealing with here with Hot Toys. I've got a lot of experience, including bankruptcy, on my resume. I can go ahead and probably offer a lot of advice to aspiring collectors on how to do this properly. And, you know, for me, I like to go predominantly on a cash basis. And if I have it, I can do it. And with a lot of things going on, I don't have a whole lot of money, not only to buy a whole lot of figures right now, but not even to put down a whole lot of NRDs on many of these. But when I saw the low stock remaining warning on this, I went ahead and I splurged. And I did pre-order it. Because you have to ask yourself, just how pricey will this Darth Vader get in the secondary market? And let me tell you something, baby. Hold on to your heads and hold on to your hats. Let me give you some data as to what is going on right now with this Darth Vader that has hit the wait list. With every single version. This is the Hayden Christensen Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan series, the Battle Damage version. The deluxe version has hit the wait list. The deluxe version exclusive has hit the wait list, as you're seeing here. The exclusive version has hit the wait list, and the collector edition. They're all on the Mick wait list. They're all on the wait list. But how are they performing in the secondary market? And I'll pull up some data right here. You got one that's ongoing right now, and quite honestly, ends in 16 hours and 26 minutes from an outstanding seller with 140 feedback, all 100% positive. Look, $520 already with 7 bids. Are you kidding me? Free shipping, but not including taxes, but from the United States of America. This isn't a Hong Kong job, baby, or from some other place coming here. This is 520. And where will it go? Well, I will tell you right now. I'll pull this one up onto the screen. Okay? And gone. Completely gone from another outstanding seller with 96 feedback. All 100% Mick positive. Gone. $600. Not even a best offer. Just $600, not including the $15 in shipping, not including taxes. What is this, a grail already? Oh, wait a minute, let me answer that. And I say, yes, you could take this figure all the way to Grail City, McBabies. And is it possible that you're also going to take the Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi to Grail City? And I say, abso-frackin-lutely. Absolutely. So I did not waste any Mick time on this figure. I absolutely pre-ordered it because I absolutely don't want to deal with these prices. And look, a lot of times, just to be quite honest with you, you're going to see some of these sellers. You know, you can say you can get it from this comic shop or that comic shop or from here and there, and that's true. You know, if you can find it at your local comic shop or something like that, go ahead and do it. But once they're out, the official distributor here in the United States and Europe, there's only one place to get it from, and that is from Sideshow, unless you're going ahead and getting it, from overseas and from the other distributor, which is Hot Toys. That's it. That's all you got. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Once it's out, it's out. And a lot of the sellers sometimes that you'll see as well, you'll see these, go up higher in prices. And what do you do then? You're starting to see some of that, which I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with it. It's just a reality of it. It's kind of like when Black Series are rare and they sell out and you're selling them for higher in some places. It's hard to find that DX28 at retail right now. And a lot of times you're seeing some of these figures. Go look at some of them. Go try and look at some of these figures right now. Whether it's the Batman from the Batman movie, or the Signal, the Batman Signal, or that figure, or some of these other figures right now. And I don't want to be dealing with it. I absolutely just don't want to be dealing with it. So I went ahead and I pre-ordered it. And I'll tell you the truth as well. And I told you that this time would probably be coming in this hobby. I am really being selective on what I pre-order and what I buy because of the state of the economy. Again, which is stabilizing, but a lot of, the income for a lot of people, including myself, didn't exactly equal out. So I have to have a lot of money for necessities. I have to have some income, some money for priorities, for bills. These are real life, real things. And while I play with these figures like I'm a kid, I don't blow my money like I'm a kid. And I can't afford to. So, but this figure I absolutely wanted, so I know that I'm getting it. And you're seeing the prices right now that the DX28 is going for. And, if you were to ask me, do I see any signs of any of this stopping? And I say, no. No, I don't. As in a matter of fact, you're seeing the Darth Vaders go the way that they are, and you're starting to see signs of other figures that I think are going to be another red alert for some of you. When we talk about some of the things that are on this banner, and when you look at this banner and you see some of these figures on there, including Hera, okay, including Marek, and let's talk about Marek. And this is from all the figures that they're coming out with the Ahsoka line, Star Wars Ahsoka line from the Ahsoka series from Hot Toys. Do I think that these are just going to stay in stock, and this is because they're coming out with so many, there's just going to be so many of them, like the Beskar Mando? So many of them, like the Clone Wars Maul? Oh, boy. Oh, goodness. If you have any hopes for the bargain bin, in quite frankly an industry where it's well beyond it's well beyond it's in its maturity stage for sure. Let's put it to you. Let's put it that way. Okay, it's far beyond its Big Bang stage, and it's in its maturity stage. We'll have to see where it goes from there. But when you're looking at this, there's a low stock warning. And you have to wonder how long before this hits waitlist. And you could see it right here. If you wanted this figure, and this is one that you must have with the Ahsoka line, it's about to run out. And is it possible that this is the domino effect, the start of many more of these Ahsoka figures that are also going to be starting to get low stock warnings? And I say, yes. Yes. Is there any hope that they're going to produce Shin or Balin or this Mandalorian Super Commando like the Clone Wars Ahsoka? Is there any hope that they're going to produce the Padawan Ahsoka or the other Ahsoka or Hera or Sabine or Thrawn or Captain Enoch like the Clone Wars Maul? And let's take a look at just how some of those figures are doing in the secondary market to try and answer this question. Well, you can see right here from an outstanding seller with 90 feedback and all 100% positive. There's an Ahsoka, a Clone Wars Ahsoka, for $123. Not including the $22 in shipping. $123. $123. How many Ahsokas are they going to make? Here's Darth Maul, which kind of go well, even with some of this stuff from the Ahsoka series still, even though it wasn't in it. And this is another outstanding seller with 504 feedback and all 100% positive. $160 with a whole lot of demand, one bid. Not including the $18 in shipping. And look, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if it's Star Wars or it can be the almighty Marvel and the almighty movie Endgame and Thor. $152. $152. $152. Excuse me. And 50 makes sense. It doesn't matter who the character is, what the version of the character is, what this is, what that is. May I suggest it really doesn't matter if it's the heavyset Thor, if it is the Return of the Jedi Vader, if it's the, if it's the, the DX-28 Vader. There was an argument way back, they're going to make more of the Return of the Jedi Vaders because there's a lot of collectors who like that more than the Hayden one. Really? I don't know. A lot of us OT guys and gals are getting older. There's a younger generation. I can tell you right now, my daughters love that Vader, but they prefer the Hayden Christensen one. They're in their 20s. That's what they grew up with. That's their OT. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. There's no way you could slice it now. As I'm giving you the trends and the data, this is the reality. This is the reality of what we're looking at. And if you can't get a Clone Wars Ahsoka and a Clone Wars Maul to work for you, you do have to wonder if, all these other Ahsoka characters, they're going to just put them in stock and we get to have a party at the bargain bin. And I say, no. You're going to have a party of almost sold out. And quite frankly, some collectability on all of these figures. That's what I'm seeing right here. Pause. You're watching the market show. Well, no, it's not the market show. It's the Aries Tarrington show. Let's go ahead and drink. Oh, wait a minute. There's nothing. Let me try and... I did get a drop. Cheers to you. This is crazy, isn't it? Isn't it absolutely insanely nuts? Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to do that, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe if this is the first time you're watching. And look, they're just not going to make a whole lot of these characters to it. If you're wondering about Hera, and you're wondering about Sabine, and you're wondering about a second version of Ahsoka, you can't even keep the first version of Padme. Right here. This awesome Natalie Portman. Okay? And I love the Ahsoka series, ladies and gentlemen. I do. It's really cool. But it's not the prequels. And Padme is Padme. And if she's selling out, this is going to sell out. And Sabine is going to sell out. And Ahsoka is going to sell out. And all of those figures are going to go quickly if Padme has already went. That's the reality you're dealing with. And you got to kind of plan and budget for a lot of this stuff that's going on right here. What's funny? Pointing this out as you smash the like button and as you smash the subscribe button. This is in stock. You can go ahead and get the Mandalorian Season 1. Moff Gideon. You can go ahead and get them right now. But if you want to get the newest version, as I pull this up onto the screen, and let's see if I can pull it up. And that is news. I didn't even know until the recording of the show. And I didn't just mean to rhyme. But we have the evidence right here, so I'll say it. Is it possible that the new version of Moff Gideon hit waitlist before the original one? And I say yes, because it's right here in front of my face. Wow. So you do have to ask yourself, does Hot Toys care if there are figures in stock of certain characters like Moff Gideon to put out new versions? Do they care? They did the same thing with the Scarlet Witch with the Artisan and the sculpted version. While there's plenty of stuff of her in stock and on pre-order. So that's another thing. I'm going to tell you right here from this channel. Is it possible that we can have 2 or 3 more Han Solos? And, and honestly, this is one of the reasons why I love pre-recording than going live with a panel, because everybody on the panel would say, no, you'll get Han Solo in 6 months or some kind of weird thing like that, or in a year, because, they have one in stock. Come on, guys. Come on, gals. That doesn't make any sense anymore, because they continually put out an Iron Man almost every 2 weeks. There's 8,000 Spider-Mans on there. There's how many Scarlet Witches. There's how many Lokis. How long ago was Endgame and all that stuff over? So, listen. It's absolutely... They could literally, and I really wouldn't put it past them, this Marek character that we're looking at here, they could come out with 4 versions of this. Oh, you're being ridiculous now. Am I really? 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 This is almost sold out because not that many people bought it. Honestly, I think more people would buy the Knights of Ren. Aries, I can't believe you're saying that. Oh, really? I don't know. How many people have Kylo Ren figures? I actually think that they would. I actually think it would sell more. Wouldn't sell a whole lot. But there's people that would buy some Knights of Ren figures. Okay? I mean, who if they put out the Eternal Sith Palpatine from Rise of Skywalker, that ending one, looking so badass says he does, what's going to sell more? That or this Marek? Come on. It's not even a contest. Of course the Emperor sells more. Who sells more, a Darkseid Ray or this? That's why you're going to have all of that coming. And I tell you what, this is a very, and some of you marketing people know what I'm talking about, a very mature market at this point. It's kind of like the car industry is the best way I could explain it to you. What do I mean by that? Well, anybody who's going to buy cars, except for people getting their licenses, maybe, pretty much that's it. They've got them. It's kind of like everyone's got a cell phone. They're just going to replace them at this point. There's not a whole lot of new buyers coming in this economy. It's just the same old buyers replacing their old 1.0s for 2.0s and replacing their 2.0s for 3.0s and their 3.0s for 4.0s. They're not all diving in to this right now or into any hobby because of the way things are. So you're going to get a whole lot more of stuff like this, and I don't see in any way under that view anything starting to get back in the stock. For what? For who? Unless some of these otherworldly beings are going to start taking residence here now and stop taking our hot toys to these other worlds, baby. Come on. Come on. If you like what you watch here today, click on the little join button. I do have a channel membership. I'm about to put out a really cool insider extra, and I appreciate your support. All you got to do is click on the join button, see everything that it comes with, and go ahead. Many of you out there are ancient action figure theorists like myself, and if you want to go ahead and support the channel and come see some of the great content on there, I do appreciate your support. I don't always run out of stuff, but when I do, see if I can suck another drop out of it. I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.